one of the first cafes when Instagram kind of happened. You know what I mean? It's like we did that and focused on the business having Instagram, and that's kind of like we were lucky as well. Pulpa again was one of the first cafes. It was on the coffee clubs at that time, so we were at that time when we got lucky that it was just that time. You know, now there's a million things happening in a million restaurants and everyone is everything, but we were just at that lucky pivotal time of when things were changing.
Is that a huge part of your strategy that I've noticed, like even like Asian Kitchen and stuff? Do you try to make them like part of like the community that they're in?
100%.
Yeah.
Community, like now more than ever, I'm doing more community-based marketing and like one-on-one talking to the community. And even now, like with, you know, you've gone to probably Howard Smith Ward and you order on the app with no service. More than ever, we are like service is number one because you're coming out to our hospitality-based business to have human interaction and service. So working with the community, making them feel a part of it, and then just upping our service.
Yeah.
Constantly. It is a service-based business.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. Like you want to come to a restaurant
like
to
nothing's better when you walk up to a barista and they know your coffee.
Yeah,
here it is.
exactly.
Feel like a superstar.
We'll ask you how your day is, or like, you know, what are you celebrating? It's your birthday. Oh my God, happy birthday. Like, you know, especially for people that, you know, you are in your office all day, every day. You come out to see people.
It's a cool, like, because I remember like when I started my business, I was a bit, I guess, juvenile in the way that I thought I'd turn a profit quite quickly and pay myself a wage and happy days. But I actually had to go get like a license as an Uber driver. And I remember doing like those long days, and the favorite part of that job was just interacting with people. Yeah. Like it gives you energy. When you meet like a really happy, nice person that's not faking it, it's like, I want to be around more of this. Yeah. Like this is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, I think I hit a point though, the 6 month mark, I was like, I can't sustain this. Like doing both of these is like killing me.
How long did you do it for?
I think 6 months to like a year to pay myself a wage. And then finally I was like, if I don't get some sales soon, like I'm just going to be an Uber driver because this is rough.
That's so funny. When Uber started, I was like, I want to start Ubering at that time.
It was so fun.
Like,
you were looking for something to do?
Yeah.
You're like, I've got this like 3 hour gap before bed.
I was like, I want to talk to people.
We should do an office guys
in an Uber.
Sign up for an Uber and get video it. Get some interviews and people.
I met some of the most interesting people I've ever met. Like that like inspired me to be like the calmest, nicest, most well-off people, if you will, were the ones that were like just so nice. It was the ones that like were stressed, you spoke to, didn't feel genuine. I was like, I quickly like distinguished. I was like, I don't want to be like that. I want to be the calm, collected person that's like, how's your day? And it feels really genuine.
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah. What did you work? So you've always worked in the family business. It was like young age.
Yeah.
Took over the reins.
Yeah.
How did your parents instill like this on you? Like, looking back, did you notice it was like parenting styles, or they kind of like gave you responsibilities and you either kind of made it work or you didn't? And then those painful lessons were what you kind of carried through.
Yeah. They always like tell the stories of me and the way that I am. Like, perfect story is, I think I was 5. And my mum, they used to give me money to buy lollies, and then I would buy the lollies and I had a little table and I'd sell the lollies to my brother's friends.
Really?
Yeah. I've just always been
a little hustler.
Yeah. Yeah. My friend used to sing and we go to the markets and I was her manager. This would have been like 8 or 9 years older. And I was a manager, so I took 50%.
Whoa, that's a big cut.
And my mum taught me that. I asked my mum's like, your managers take 50%. So my parents
the record industry is like 20.
This is going on like a long time ago.
How long did she let that go on for?
I think my friend was happy with it.
She's still singing in those markets.
Still friends?
She was, we're still on good terms. We're still friends, but we were like friends in like junior school. She was happy because she was shy, and I'd be like, come on, you can do this.
Yeah.
This is the song you're going to sing. And I'd sit there and be like cheering for her behind, and I was managing. Yeah.
I love that.
That's so funny.
We had a lady on that ran a lolly business, and she got up to 50 kids at one point, and she was like, I think she held.
Okay, I thought you meant, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, she was like 9 or so, and she was running this like huge team of kids. 12?
From 9 till 12.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
It's inspiring when you see young kids doing that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because you can't believe how quick time goes.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I'm, 28 next month?
Do you have
start giving your 2-year-old some little business to see what
yeah,
she can do.
he's too nice. I watch, I'm like, it's too nice. You're gonna have to like take things away from her and make her life harder.
Yeah, you have to, hey, but it's too hard.
She's got like matching outfits and
well, mum's an interior designer, so it's like style.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Gucci soon, I'm sure.
Gucci soon, Visage. Far out, no way.
Do you have plans of like having kids, or is it just like purely business? Go.
That's like a scary female thing where I've like got my like clock going where like, so bakery.
Are you meant to ask females that?
I don't know. I just kind of went for it.
No, I think like for me it's fine anyway. bakery, and then we've got another big project for 2021, and then once that's up and going, it's like, okay, smash out a baby, and then like get back to it.
Are you ever going to bring anything to the north side?
Like one day.
The big project.
Crossover.
Yeah, I think, we always say like we're going to do the next one and then we're going to stop, but I'm like, I think this is in our blood, so hopefully like I want to be doing this forever, and we're still very much hands-on and running it, but one day we have a big GM who has more experience than me, and then it can help us kind of do that
give you that 1 degree of separation.
That would be ideal.
I've asked this question before, but I find it interesting. So like we employ a lot of girls, and I find that girls are really easy to work with.
Yes.
They work really hard.
Yes.
Guys definitely have egos, and it kind of becomes a lot harder to kind of communicate. Do you think there's a reason that a lot of girls like stay out of business? Is it the entry point feels really hard? Like I talk to girls even about this that we employ, and some have actually gone on to start their own businesses before, but the gap sometimes of like, I don't know if I could do that. And I'm like, you're way smarter than like the other guys here or people here. Like you definitely could, but the bar to entry kind of feels like it's like on a pedestal a bit. It's like, I don't know if I could do that. Yeah,
I think we're just a lot softer in general. So it's like we have that like self-doubt, and it definitely makes it harder. There's obviously a lot more women networking business kind of events, and so I'd encourage all those girls to do it. But I think we're probably more critical on ourselves. Like you guys said, minimal, arrogant, and like, we can do that
trend. Like a group of business guys at like a lunch be like, you charge him what? Mate, I'd charge him double. And that's the kind of culture.
Yeah.
And then girls are like, I've been working my ass off, this is happening. And it's just like we've had more time, I guess. Like guys been doing businesses for like God knows how long. Yeah. And then now girls are starting to get into it. But like I encourage it massively. Like
100%.
Like even yourself, the benefits mentally, just like how much you can kind of learn from like business teaches you so much about life as well. Like I'm sure when something confrontational happens in your life, you're so easy to solve it because you've dealt with way worse problems in business. Yeah. So then you become a better communicator, you're a better friend, all of these things, you're more compassionate. And it comes from the business perspective that nothing's going to be as hard as the decisions you make there. Like calling a supplier, changing things there, like the relationships you got to manage at that level where there's a lot of tension, then your personal relationships just become like secondary in the way that it's easy to fix. Yeah, it's so true. I think like, slowly the culture will change as it is, and the next whole generation it will just be all the
more empowered, more successful.
Yeah, exactly.
And is your partner involved in the business?
Yes.
How do you two go working together?
Yeah, so we're good now. It was definitely hard for a bit there trying to figure out like our crossover of roles.
How long has it been now? Sorry, like what were the early days?
So I think we've been together 4 years. We've been in business 3 years. We were at the beginning. It was like maybe I was a bit bossy on him because he kind of came into our business, and I was just like, and then that was the kind of struggle. But now we've kind of defined our roles where he is the finance man and the like project manager, and I'm like all the people, and like I kind of run the restaurant in service, and
so he'll be like building this new cafe.
He's there like running that, and like we go to meetings. So he's not physically building. We've got a fit out company this time because it's like a build from scratch. But normally he is building it, and I'm like, what the fuck would I do if you weren't here? Because I got no understand. Like when you're talking plumbing and hydraulics and la la la. So you need definitely to have the right people in your team, like for sure. So I know now like that's him, and he's finance, kind of all that kind of stuff because he's better at that, and I'm better like with the people and everything that I do, marketing, hiring, firing, all that kind of stuff. So we've defined our roles, and now it's like a lot easier. Obviously, we're always going to come home and talk about work, but that's with it. But I don't think for what I do, if I didn't have someone in the business with me, I wouldn't be able to have a relationship because it'd be way too hard.
How do you like relinquish control to him? Because that would be hard. Like you bring someone into your business that you've like been there for years and time, and then you have certain ways of doing things, etc. Like, was it just over communicating, or was it like bit by bit, like trusting more? And he did that really well. I'm not as good as him at that.
That's what happened. So that's why we kind of were butting heads for probably a year, where he was like, just let me do it, and I'm like, well, and then just seeing him like do it, I was like, oh, okay.
What was the point where he wanted to get involved?
He was awesome. Like when we met, like he's an electrician, a refrigeration mechanic. So we met, he was, had his own business fixing the fridges. Hospo love story.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Love that. He came in to fix a fridge.
Yep.
How many times before like you guys had, like I guess you spoke the first time?
Yeah, it was like a couple times, and then it was like, that kind of thing. And then probably a year in, like he was stressed because obviously that style of business as well, like they're chasing the money, people don't pay their bill.
Everyone undercuts each other.
And it's unrewarding. Like I got a broken, help me. And
Not
then
all jobs.
Yeah, no. and then chasing